Lie number 41. We should befriend unbelievers in order to win them to Christ. Again, that seems like that would be a noble reason to love people, doesn't it? So that we can win them to Christ. But the truth of the matter is, that's not a good reason for loving or befriending people. We befriend people, we love people because that's our nature. That is who we are. To befriend a person who's not a Christian and to love that person simply for the purpose of leading them to faith in Jesus Christ means that you have developed a relationship with them with an ulterior motive. Now, don't misunderstand. There's nothing wrong with wanting to see people come to trust Christ and be born again. But we are to love people and befriend them not for a hidden agenda, but because Christ lives in us and He simply loves people. He just does. He loves them if they are believers or if they aren't believers. In fact, He loves them if they never are going to become believers. There's a story in the New Testament over in the Gospel of Mark where Jesus met a rich young ruler. He came to him and said, "What do I need to do to inherit eternal life, good master?" And Jesus ends up telling the man, "Well, what you need to do is sell everything that you have and give it to the poor." Now, the reason he told him that is because this guy thought he was a great keeper of the law. And Jesus said, "Let's raise the bar and let the law reveal your sin," which that's what law does. And the man was unwilling to do that. He went away very sad. But there's an interesting verse in Mark 10:21 that reveals the heart of Jesus. It says there, looking at him, Jesus felt a love for him. That's Mark 10:21. Looking at him, Jesus felt a love for him. Now, here's a question. Do you think Jesus knew from the beginning that that man was not going to turn to Him and follow Him? Of course He did. And yet, with that full knowledge of how this man was going to respond, the Bible said Jesus looked at him and felt love for him. Let's just love people. The truth is, if you befriend somebody just for the purpose of bringing them to Christ, people sense when there's an ulterior motive. They tend to know when we have an underlying hidden agenda that we're not telling them. So let's lay that aside and let's just love folks because Christ is in us and God is love and it's our nature to love. And when we love them the way He does, unconditionally, then don't be surprised if you don't find these unbelievers being attracted to the Christ in you and wanting you to give them more information about what it means to be a Christian, and ultimately they'll come to know the Lord anyway. But the idea that we need to befriend unbelievers in order to win them to Christ, that's a lie. We befriend unbelievers and love them because we can do no less. Because Christ is our life. He loves them, so we love them too. That's a truth that will set you free in your own grace walk.